What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share this dope content if you like it. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now, this video right here is about, you know what I'm saying, my guy Peachy. God bless the dead Peachy. Yeah, man. My guy Peachy from Lower East Side, man. Yeah, man. My guy Peachy passed away. I heard it sometime in December. You know what I'm saying? Last year, you heard? My guy Peachy passed away. MK, brother. You heard, from the lower deck. You heard? Yeah, man. Salute to my guy Peachy. And I told a story on Peachy before, but now I'm gonna tell an in-depth story on my man Peachy, because you know what I'm saying? It seems like everybody is going, man. Everybody is going, man. And I met Peachy before I met Peachy. I met his brother MK. You heard? And salute to MK. You heard? Free MK. You heard? You know what I'm saying? I hope he get a chance to get home. You know what I'm saying? And I know he going through a lot, because him and Peachy, you know, that even though they was apart, you heard, they loved each other, man. They brothers, man. And I know that he had to love. He had to, even though I know they was apart for a long time, but they had to love each other, man. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Peachy was a real dude. And Peachy was like even though I only knew him for a short time, he was like kind of like an older brother to me, man. Because he was older than me, but he dug me, man. He dug me, you know what I'm saying? So now, like I said, I met MK before I met Peachy. You know what I'm saying? I met MK in 1996, HDM, before he was Blood. And MK opened up Fire Block. Me, MK, Superb, Superb and them from out of Queens. I told that story before, but if you never heard the story, you got Superb and them from out of Far Rockaway, Queens. God bless Superb. That was my guy. You heard? Me and him was the two youngest, wildest niggas in the block that in HDM at that time. You heard? He just came to the island. He came from the Queens house. MK and them came from the Tombs. I came from the Bronx house. And some people came from the Brooklyn house. And that's how we opened up Fire Block, because Fire Block used to be a Bing for the adults in HDM. You heard? And they had it vacant for a long time, for a couple of months, and then they moved us in there. They opened it up. You heard? And I never forget it. MK, he knocked the nigga out in there. I remember he knocked the nigga in a short week. Word of my mother, in a short week, MK knocked the nigga out, cold out, right? And he was in the back ready to go gun to gun with a nigga, but the nigga faked out, and then the nigga MK and all the Spanish niggas chased the nigga. You heard? That nigga was out of there, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But the kid kind of did it to himself, because MK offered the nigga a fair one. He opened his mouth. You heard? Like he had a problem with the Spanish brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no racial shit when we got there. We was just trying to organize the phone situation. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And you had me, Joe, 6 Sav from the murder unit, and BB. What was the other dude name? Rambo. You heard? Black dude from Brooklyn named Rambo. You heard? Official dude. You know what I'm saying? And we was holding down the black phone. You heard? And we was ready to go to war for that black phone. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And you had MK, and you had a few dudes from the lower deck, and a couple of Spanish bro. All of them was Spanish, and they was holding down the Spanish phone. You heard? And then you even had the Latin King dudes rocking off of MK in them. You heard? Like the Latin King dude that was in my house, the few Latin King dudes that was in my house in that block at the time, they was up under MK in them. You heard? And MK wasn't nothing. MK was just regular. You heard? So within a week, MK already knocked the nigga out and chased the nigga around with a pick. You heard? Tried to air nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga playing games, talking about he wanted to go gun to gun with MK, but he really didn't. You know what I'm saying? That nigga faked it out at the end. He wanted to go gun to gun with MK, but he seen how big MK was. He thought MK was one of them big punks. That nigga MK, as soon as that nigga was coming to the back, the nigga MK got ready for that nigga. Like, that nigga seen that shit, that nigga was like, pew! Niggas started chasing that nigga. All them niggas started chasing that nigga now. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And I felt kind of bad because I'm like, damn, this nigga black. This nigga started some shit. You know what I'm saying? Our shit with them wasn't racial. This nigga said some racist shit to these niggas. He said some racist shit to MK and them. That's what made MK say, I'm going to back with the gun to gun. You know what I'm saying? But I told you, me, BB, Joe, 6 Sav, Rambo, all the black niggas, you heard? We wasn't on that racist shit with them, you know what I'm saying? It was all about the phone. So we was all in the back. When we called the meeting to the back, when we went to the back with MK and them niggas, because when we first got there, after we realized no more people was coming in on that block at that time, you heard? Because like I told you, everybody came from a different borough. So everybody was deep. You know what I'm saying? It was like 10 of us from the Bronx. It was like 10, 11 niggas from Queens. Like 10, 5, 7 niggas from Brooklyn. You heard? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. That's how niggas filled up the block. It wasn't like 1 or 2 niggas. And then they was filling up the block. Dudes was coming one by one and one by one. You know what I'm saying? So then, on that bid, like about, that was 9-6. I met Peachy in 9-8 when I hit Clinton. Yeah, I hit Clinton 9-8 summer. Yup, hit Clinton 9-8 summer. And Peachy was the first blood. Like, he was like the first blood that I met. One of the first bloods that I met. He wasn't the first blood I met, but he was one of the first bloods that I met because he was claiming non-trade gangster. And when I first got there, Bloods ain't have really no respect when I got there to Clinton. Niggas was deep, but niggas ain't have no respect. And the Bloods that was on the yard that put it in, they wasn't rocking with Bloods. You heard? They was on they dolo shit. You heard? So when I first got there, Bum Bum was there. You heard? 5'9" Brim Bum Bum from out of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Me and him clicked. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of the Bloods that wasn't really rocking with niggas like that because niggas wasn't official. You heard? Niggas wasn't together. I told y'all the first day I got there, a Blood got stabbed like 20 times, B. 20 times, man. You heard? And I watched the nigga go to the yard, didn't have a weapon, came to my peoples, the Bronx niggas, came to my nigga, my Bronx nigga, and asked him for a weapon. And I had to watch my Bronx niggas front on him like, nah. And they ain't front on him because they ain't fuck with him or they ain't fuck with the Bloods. Fronted on him because niggas ain't want to, the way he doing it is like, he on Front Street coming up to, niggas know the nigga that stabbed him up is right there. You heard? At one point of the yard. Him and another Spanish dude. You heard? I think the dude that stabbed him up 20 times was like, I think he was black, but he was mixed. You heard? And he had one dude holding him down. And I seen the dude that he stabbed up walk over to us, ask my man from the Bronx, do he got something? My man from the Bronx fronted on him. Then my man came and told us what he asked him for and why he fronted on him. And then I'm looking at the nigga. Excuse me. He go back over there with the Bloods, you know what I'm saying? And it's about 20 of them niggas standing over there, you heard? And this is my first day in the yard. My first day in the yard. You heard? And got about 20 dudes over there. And he go back over there. I guess he told them the bad news. Nah, he ain't got no gun for me. And the 20 Bloods are standing right here, and the dude that stabbed the Blood dude is standing right in front of him, but a distance on the other side of the yard. So the 20 Bloods is on this gate, and then the dude that stabbed him is on this gate, but diagonally in front of him, standing with one dude, and the Bloods is with 20 dudes. And I'm off on my main court.
My resolution
my man like, yo, you gotta watch this. You heard? The Bloods got beef right now. And I said, yeah, I know, cause that nigga that got stabbed, a nigga got stabbed earlier on my company. That's the nigga that just asked you for the gun. You heard? So I'm a little familiar with what's going on. You heard? Even though I just got there, because the nigga that got stabbed right around company from me. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And the nigga that stabbed him was on my company, and he was in the back with me. I was like in 30 cell or some shit in lower F, and he was like in 30 something cell. And when he was walking by my cell, he was walking by the gate. You heard? Like, look, he wasn't looking in, but he was walking by the gate looking straight, because you're not supposed to be looking in niggas' cell. Real niggas don't walk by niggas' cell and look in niggas' cell. That's a violation. You heard? You might have a nigga say, what the fuck you looking at? Then you might be like, what, nigga? Now, you already got a problem. First day. You don't even know who you got a problem with. You don't even know who you talking to. You heard? That's why you don't look in nobody's cell. Look straight. You heard? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. So, I was familiar with what happened with the dude. So then, the Bloods came, one of the Blood niggas went over to the nigga that stabbed up the Blood nigga and told the nigga, yo, niggas gonna shoot a fair one or whatever. And they went up to the hill, to the basketball court, to where the handball court was at, and they started getting it on. And the Blood nigga thought that his plan was, I'm gonna get it on with the nigga, but I'm gonna pull out my razor and I'm gonna blow the nigga. That plan ain't work. That nigga tried to do that shit. I watched the nigga take the shit out that nigga. No, he picked the nigga up, threw the nigga. When he threw the nigga on the gate, the razor must have fell out the nigga hand. And the nigga, all I see is the dude pick up the razor, throw the razor, you heard? Then just start kicking and beating up the dude. Now the police see everything after that, you heard? The police took both of them niggas out the yard. So that was my introduction to Clinton with the Bloods, you heard? So I'm like, these niggas is meatball. So my man was just telling me, yo, B, you can't fuck with them niggas, B, you heard? And then my other man was like, if you do fuck with them niggas, the nigga that fronted on them niggas with giving them niggas a hammer, my man was strong. My man had all the hammers up in there. He had me smoking blunts the first day I was in there. I'm smoking a blunt with these niggas. These niggas lighting up a blunt, you heard? These niggas lighting up blunts. My first day in the yard. You heard? Know what I'm saying? So, no. And I've been later on, like a week later, a couple days later, I met Peachy. Yo, non-trade gangster, boom, 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 boom. So, you know, I could tell he really wasn't fucking with niggas like that. But he seen how I had a little, how I had a little crew already, just got there, official. He like, yo, fucking with the kid, you heard? Hard body. Now, Peachy throwing it up with niggas. He wasn't even saluting niggas before. Now, Peachy saluting niggas, you heard? Just because he saluting me. He wasn't saluting none of these niggas before that, you heard? Word to my mother, he was not saluting none of these niggas before that. Now, all of a sudden, he's saluting niggas. He at least come over, politic with niggas, find out what's going on with niggas, you heard? Know what I'm saying? Mean, bad, be official niggas, you heard? Had official click, you know what I'm saying? Germs, you heard? Bum Bum, you had CK Diamond, you heard? You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of official homies there with us at that time. You heard? You had little El Dorado. Even though my guy fell back at that time, little El Dorado from St. Nick, you heard? It's my guy. I remember when I first got to Clinton, it took me and him a long time to get to know each other. And once we got to know each other, we fucked with each other. Because I think when I first got there, he ain't like me and I ain't like him. I'm keeping it real. El Dorado. I could tell, you know how you can tell when a nigga don't like you? And a nigga could tell when you don't like him? Well, that's with me and El Dorado when we first met each other. We was on the same company and everything. But then down the line, me and that nigga kind of became mad cool, you heard? And that nigga was my homie, you heard? Even though he fell back from niggas. You know what I'm saying? My man El Dorado from St. Nick, you heard? Yeah, so my man Peachy, man. God bless my guy, man. Lower deck, you heard? He put in that work too, man. Niggas ain't want to give that nigga the bag. Him and my man Kanan. Kanan was my neighbor. Kanan was my eating buddy. You heard? And I used to eat I think I was in Upper F at the time. On one side of me was Lucky, and on the other side of me was Kanan. You heard? And we used to eat together. Lucky from the Bronx, from Gun Hill Road. Jamaican Lucky, you heard? Fishy Tissue, you heard? Jamaican Lucky, B. That nigga was the cook. Yo, what? That nigga had me, man. He had that fried Jack Mark, man. His beans, man. Oh, yo, man. You don't know, man. That was my guy, man. All he tell me, Larry, L, hand me over a can of mac, an onion, and a can of beans. Come back from the yard, got my big bowl. I bought that big round bowl from commissary. Got my big round bowl. My shit filled to the rim. Rice, beans, fried Jack Mac, stewed Jack Mac, dumplings, boiled dumplings, fried dumpling. What? 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 I might go get me some Jamaican food just because of that, man. You heard? My man Lucky. So Lucky was on one side and Kanan was on the other side. So that's how we used to do it. Every day, Lucky go, Larry man, L man, hand me over can of Jack Mac, an onion, and a can of black beans, man. All right. Hey K9, you send me over a box of rice and octopus and calamari. What? What? I could taste that food right now, man. I could go to a Jamaican restaurant right now. I gotta go to a special Jamaican restaurant if I wanna taste a meal like that, man. I can't just go to the nearest joint. I gotta go to the official joint that I know, Roy's or somewhere. You heard? Phillip or somewhere. You heard? I gotta go to an official joint. You heard? So yeah, B. So Kanan have Kanan give him something. I give him something. Every night we eating a meal. You heard? Every night. At least 5 times out the week. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And one day Kanan and Peachy, they got cool. Because they wasn't cool for a minute. They wasn't hanging with each other or nothing. Then out of nowhere, Peachy and Kanan started hanging with each other. And they was running around. And they looked at official. Like they looked at like 2 comrades, you heard? And I remember one visit day, it was a cold day, cold weekend, and some dude went down, you heard? Some Spanish dude, Latin King dude, he went down. And Peachy is Spanish, and Kanan is Spanish. Both of them Puerto Rican. And some dude went down, Latin King dude went down, and it's two stories to it. The first story, the story that I got from Peachy was the nigga owed Peachy some money, and and he got something, and he was telling Peachy he ain't have it like that. But you know how that shit be going. Niggas be telling certain niggas they ain't got it like that, but they be setting out other niggas. So like niggas might think like niggas like, yo, don't tell niggas I gave you nothing, you heard? But I don't give a fuck who you is. Niggas gonna find out if you got that bag, you heard? The wolves gonna find out if you got that bag. And Peachy and Kanan was kind of mad that this dude fronting on them, you heard? They was like, yo, this dude is out of here. Out of here. So Kanan was gonna hit him, you heard? So Kanan was digging up a joint in Clinton Yard. You know what I'm saying? And police must have seen them because it's like 3-4 towers in the yard. So even though them joints is far and you might think that niggas ain't looking, they be looking. You heard? And them COs is able to read the yard. They able to read the yard with tension. And Clinton is one of the most craziest yards to read because they have all these courts and everything is like, it's a lot of people. Yo, it's crazy, B. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they be seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? But they must have seen Kanan digging up a joint. Because soon as he had it and picked it up, police tried to come from the top. Then when he turned around, started to run the other way, police was coming from the other way to where they cornered him. And it was crazy because it was like, as soon as he dug up the joint and picked it up and thought that, and went to go do the hit, them niggas ran down on him from different parts of the yard. And they was close already on him. You heard? That was crazy. So they grabbed Kanan. I remember I was right there in the yard. I remember looking up. I'm like, I'm sick of watching them take Kanan out of the yard. I was sick. I'm like, damn, man, Kanan, man. I was just, me and this nigga had good times together, man, eating, and now he gone. And I know he gone because he going straight to D block. You heard? You know what I'm saying? When you get caught like for something like that, or an incident, a weapon, certain things, they get you right out of there. Pack you up immediately, send you to D block long term. You heard? You be down there locked up with everybody that's locked up. You heard? Kanan was gone. So it ain't that many people in the yard. It's dumb cold this day. So nigga Peachy, I remember we cooking on the court. We cooking a big meal because Core Mega Blood came. Different blood niggas came, you heard? Mad blood niggas came, you heard? They flipped the jail with the blood niggas, you heard? And Peachy coming to the court and he like, yo, I'm about to pop off on the Latin King niggas, you heard? Y'all don't gotta go with me, but I'm out of here, you heard? And I'm looking at this nigga Peachy because I'm dumb mad at him, you heard? I'm dumb mad at him because I'm like, damn, Peachy, I know you a hothead, but you out of here now because Kanan got caught. Damn, B. But I had to respect him because he came over to the Bloods, he came over to me, came over to all of us. And he's telling me in particular, because you got to remember, I'm non-Trey. And me and him was on it. You heard? Peachy was non-Trey gangster. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo, y'all ain't got to ride But I'm riding out. I'm out of here. So I'm looking around at homies. Niggas is looking sick. You heard? But you had a lot of homies like that just got there. They was like, I'm riding. I got my shit. So niggas that didn't have nothing, I gave them niggas can tops. I was like, yo, here, you riding? All right, here, take a can top. You riding? Here, take a can top. You riding? Take a can top. But I didn't have to give out that, man. I only gave out 2 can tops, right? Everybody else that was riding had something. So I remember them niggas calling early go back, right? Or yard go back, right? And the nigga Peachy, the niggas was walking down the steps right next to the guard booth. You heard? The CO booth. It was a CO in the booth right there. Right next to the CO booth, the dude court was right behind the CO booth. The Lion King nigga court that had the dope, that was getting the dope. His court was right behind the CO booth. So when he started to walk off his court, because they called go back, and walk down the steps, and when he got to the flats, and the CO booth is right there over the flats. A little CO booth, not the tower, a booth, right? That they sit in out there. And soon as he got in front of the booth where the CO was at, Peachy grabbed that nigga and started hitting that nigga. Hang, 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 hang. And then his man, I think he was with 2 niggas. Pew! Them niggas is out of there. Trying to get out the gate. Now they on the flats in the grass area where niggas play baseball and all that. These niggas flying through there. All you see is 4 or 5 blood niggas on niggas. Boop, bop, bop, beating niggas up. Niggas trying to cut niggas. All kind of shit. 2 niggas. You see about 8, 9 blood niggas on these niggas. You heard? Beating and stabbing these niggas. But the initial settle was Peachy grabbing one nigga by the collar and stabbing a nigga. Like trying to kill that nigga with every stab. Like, Police right there. Right there. Police like, stop, stop. You hear them over the tower, stop. Or you hear, hang, 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 hang. You heard? They bust off. I don't know if it was 1 shot or 2 shots. I know they bust off. Hang, 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 hang. I've been in Clinton 18 months. I ain't never, yo, you know how many gunfights or how many times people got stabbed in that yard? I ain't never hear, every time I was there, I ain't never see Clinton bust that shotgun off in that yard, man. Or bust them guns in that yard. They do it when riots and shit jump over. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, I've been there 18 months. This is the first time and the only time that I heard the police bust off in that yard. You heard? Niggas done got stabbed up crazy in that yard. All kind of shit done went down in that yard. But I ain't never hear them gunshots go off. I was like, on the floor like, yo. Now, I'm going to tell you why that's different. Because in Attica and all them other places, they bust them shots off quick, some of them places, you heard? They bust them shots off quick, you heard? Attica and all them places, they don't play. They bust them shots off quick, nigga. Clinton don't Clinton, man, it got to be some real shit for them niggas to bust off some shots, B. Some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace, my guy, Peachy. I heard he already died last month. You know what I'm saying? December 2023. Somebody told me about it the other day. And I really wanted to mention him in my last story when I was talking about the Spanish Bloods. You heard? Because Peachy should have been in there. MK should have been in there. But I just went over it. So I didn't really mention him and I forgot about it. But My guy Peachy B from the lower deck, that's gonna always be my guy. Even in his death, nigga. You heard? Rest in peace, Peachy, man. Niggas love you out here, B. You was a real one, B. You heard? You was a real one. You heard?
Still here, and I'm ready for war, nigga. I'm still here. Yeah, I'm letting it off. I don't like the way I'm living, but I still wanna live. It's like I'm asking for forgiveness for some shit that I did. I was young, I was only a kid. They say what goes around comes around, but I say it is what it is. I trust nobody. It seems like everybody's a snake. It be your own homies trying to snatch food off your plate. They be watching every move that you make, trying to do what you do, and they get mad if they do it too late. I got stabbed twice, and I didn't even know I had beef. But most of the time I got a problem, it don't be cause of me. It don't matter, niggas know I'm a G. I ain't telling police shit. I hope they don't talk about me. I'm usually the predator, but wind up being prey. How the fuck I almost died and wound up catching the case? The cameras got a good look in my face. They ain't see me get stabbed, but they see when them niggas got chased. Can't make this shit up. Boy, I could be going to jail, but I was this close to going to hell. I couldn't take that L. Nah, not by no bitch ass niggas. When I die, be a real killer pulling the trigger.